Hi guys, welcome back to my Exvius guide. Now I'm gonna review Rayjack. Let's start with the stats. He is limited like Elemental Chainer, so I will compare him to Orlandeau. And because he can also cover your ally, Mercenary is a good comparison for him too. Like you can see that Rayjack has more attack stats compared to Orlandeau. Also, the attack passive boost is 80%, so it is 10% higher than Orlandeau. Not much, but higher is higher, right? However, if you already have Orlandeau, you can awaken him and give him dual wield to take advantage of the other weapon mastery. So Orlandeau wins again. Rayjack also deals 50% extra damage against Dragon, which is nice when you need it. For survivability, Rayjack gets health plus 30%, which is a lot. Also 30% defense, but yeah, no spirit boost. Rayjack has 50% leg resist. This will be very useful on certain battle. You can simply combine him with Carbuncle to reach 100% leg resist. Rayjack is better than Orlandeau because, yeah, in terms of defense, okay, because what Orlandeau get for defensive purpose is only health plus 30%. But again, Orlandeau can get 50% health boost after awakening. For elements resist, both of them are about same. Rayjack has blind, paralyzed, and petrify. Orlandeau doesn't have petrify, but he has sleep resist. It is just too bad that both of them don't have confused resist. In my opinion, it is the most important resist to have, especially if you use them as a friend. Most players don't gear up their leader properly, which can cause your own party in trouble. Rayjack able to tank your ally like Mercenary and Cecile. The chance is smaller though, only 50%. And the last, he gets useless regen and yeah, auto refresh. Rayjack able to counter the enemy's physical attack with Helping Hand. Helping Hand recovers 10% health and 5% MP to all allies. The chance is only 20% though, which make it unreliable, especially when you have tanker and it only can happen once per turn, which means the health recovery amount is useless. Like you can see that in terms of attack power, he is a little bit better than normal Orlandeau, but lose to dual wielding awakened Orlandeau. For defensive and tanking, he loses to Mercenary and I don't like this Helping Hand because yeah, it is unreliable. Enough about stats, let's take a look on his abilities. Let's begin with his attacking abilities. He has 4 chaining skills. All skills have 6 hits and they deal about the same amount of damage. The first, Lightning Strike. The name is totally stupid. It says lightning, but it deals light damage. This one has 5 frames delay, so you can chain it with others like Amelia, Chizuru, and others. But the hit counts will surely give you problem. It also negates 2 physical damage for 3 turns, so it will be nice if you want to use Brave Presence on the next turn. Just make sure he will survive the physical attack if you want to do that. The next is Holy Affliction. This is his AoE attack. It deals 4 times like physical damage, quite high as an AoE skill. The starting frame of this skill is also good, 132, which will make this skill can be chained quite easily, unlike the skill which has starting frames of 40. The third is Luminous Strike. It deals 4.5 times like physical damage to one enemy, so it is the highest damage chaining skill he has. It has 8 frames delay, which means you can chain it with Van, Nyx, but again, they make this into 6 hits attack, so good luck on that. The ailments effect are nice to have, but the chance is too low to be reliable and many bosses resist against them. so just ignore them in my opinion. Finally, the last is Sacred Strike. So this one deals 4.4 times non-elemental damage. So this one is good because he won't be useless if the enemy resists against light element. It also imperil 50% like resist, so it is kind of like Divine Ruination. The bad thing about this, hit counts and frame delays. So from what I know, okay, there's no character who has 6 frames as delay. Okay, so yeah, you may say Duke has that, but remember, Duke's attack has retarded frame delay, so I don't think Rayjack can perfectly chain with anyone. Maybe if you're timing your attack carefully, you can do it, but I don't recommend it, okay? Those are all his chaining skills. He also break the enemy's stats by using weapon and shield break. It is bad though, because the effect is only 40% and only affect one stat, attack or defense. So I think he cannot become a secondary breaker. So on the battle, you always need attack and magic break. It is very rare when you only need that attack break or magic break. Okay, most tough enemies have both type attack. He also able to support your allies by buffing 50% like element resist, but the attack and defense buff are too little to be useful. The break immunity is also useless in my opinion because it only prevents defense and attack break, but maybe this is not something applicable to everyone. For example, if you don't use any mage, then you obviously don't need magic break protection, so this skill may be useful sometimes, okay? The last is his LB. It deals good damage if you don't have dual wield, but once you have dual wield, it will be inferior than your skills. However, the LB still has some uses. The first is add like element to all allies attack. This seems good, but in real situation it is rarely useful because usually you only bring 1 to 2 attackers on your party, and I believe if you need to have like element, you already equip Excalibur or other like element weapon on your party. Not mentioning it only lasts for 1 turn. The second effect is buff your allies attack and defense by 100% for 3 turns. The effect is great, 100%, but Solius buff is much better. Knowing those things, I suggest you to simply leave this LB alone, not worth to be leveled up. Those are all his abilities. Let's take a look on his equipment. His equipment is pretty straightforward. You must equip sword. That's why you need Dark Knight Soul. After that, simply give him Great Sword attack boosting passive. Actually, you don't need like elemental so much because like you can see before, that his most powerful attack is already has built-in light element, but still Excalibur is a good thing because it is affordable and prevent dual elements on him. Enough about equipment. My conclusion for him, in my opinion, he is simply too ordinary. Maybe bad because like I have mentioned, you probably won't have chaining partner for him, and for now, I think without any newbie friendly passive such as dual wield or double hand, he is not powerful, okay? Almost all newer generation of Orlandeau has something like newbie friendly, okay? So Nyx has dual wield, Onion Mike has dual wield, even Cloud, who is a whale character, has built-in double hand. So yeah, what I can only say is simply compare him to old generation Orlandeau, but even when you compare to Orlandeau, he is still inferior. Because yeah, he got no chaining partner, okay? Having 10% higher attack doesn't justify that, okay? If you say that he is hybrid tanker and attacker, then I still think Mercenary Ramza is better than him. All elements resist and yeah, have chaining partner. His Trust Mastery reward is good for certain hero, but for most hero, I think I prefer 50% attack boost. Sure, it seems stupid that I choose 10% more attack than 40% defense, but really attacker shouldn't worry that much about his defense because I believe you already got AoE tanker, so I can only see this Trust Master reward useful for someone like Demon Rain, Gladio, basically a counter attacker. And if you argue with me why you give him Prot Fencer instead of his own Trust Master reward on previous equipment section, I think it is because, remember, defense only works for physical damage, but health works for both magical and physical. So I think Prot Fencer is better, but it is just my opinion, okay? So my score for Reject, yeah, I think I can only give him 8.5 out of 10, okay? In my opinion, you shouldn't burn your resources to get him on this banner. He is kinda mediocre thanks to Gumi that he is limited unit, okay? So, yep, I give him Mercenary Orlandeau as a nickname because, yeah, he is basically a fusion between Orlandeau and Mercenary Ramza. So, yep, I think that's all you need to know about Reject. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. Bye bye guys!